What are the most common questions you get when you do meet people? What do people ask you about the most? What are they most excited to talk to you about?
Well, do the knife trick. That's the one that comes up a lot. And the other one is, what was the other one? What's the other one? Aliens is the one that they mostly recognize me for, even though I've done like 200 movies. So, but Aliens is the one. And they look at me at first and go, he's gray now. You know, what happened? I saw it when I was 4. Time went by. That's what happened. But anyway.
You're not really an android. I think they need to appreciate that.
I know. They should be kind. I get a lot of questions always about, are they going to do the Millennium movie, or or all this kind of stuff. And our industry is like a kiss in the dark. You don't know who, what, when, where, how a job is going to come up or where it's coming from, So you just learn to surrender and kind of keep doing good work. That's the main thing, Look, the hors d'oeuvre lady's here. Hello. She must think androids don't eat.
What's your name?
Back when the movie was done, Aliens was done, there was no CG. There was all either practical effects or miniatures, right? And a very rough kind of maybe rear screen projection or what, was. But that movie holds up. It's not like it fell apart because of when it was done 20 years ago. So when I got ripped in half, nobody understood how the hell we did it, because you literally see it ripped in half. But anyway, it survived the test of time. I think it's going to last, quite a while, maybe even longer than me. We were all in it together. It was really a conspiracy to make a good movie, and everybody was supportive with each other. You mentioned Bill. Bill and I guess somebody told me this, are the only 2 guys that have been killed by a predator, an alien, a Terminator. We're just, somehow after I take a meeting, they automatically go, it'd be good to kill him, at the end. Meeting with the producers, and then, it just works out that way. I've been killed in half of my movies, so. They don't even ask me, how do I want to die anymore? They just say, do your thing.
Millennium, a series that, like you say, there's still an appetite from fans. They even talk about whether or not there'd ever be a movie.
Look at this thing. That book came out. This is a fan-based film with everybody that ever worked on it to try to get the movie made. So that's pretty cool. I have nothing to do with this. I wrote a foreword for it, but that's about it. Everybody else, it had even the directors, producers, and all that wrote, chapters in this thing. They all want to do it. It's only Chris Carter would stop surfing and make up his mind. We could actually make the movie. Anyway.
What do you think it was about that series that made it stand out so much? Because I think, like you say, fans still love it, and even at the time, it was sort of hailed as a landmark of that sort of generation of television.
Chris Carter talked about this once. He just said that it wasn't, somehow he's very modest about it, the way he talks about it. But as we were doing it, I thought that it was, a little ahead of its time, and he didn't think so, but I thought so, doing it, because there was, I had to dig pretty deep to play that guy. He was, the character was far more educated than I am. And very, I never thought of him as being like a psychic of any kind. I thought more like a chess player that understood behavioral moves and could pull them together like beads on a string and come up with a scenario that was actual, that really made sense. And he would solve stuff in that way, so I don't know, man. It was a real challenge to do that role, and I loved it. But it was also, I think that's why I have gray hair now.